Playing a math trick. Despite the fact that the plan offered a huge incentive for the, quote, most industrious to expand his or her sales, it had a devastating inherent flaw. This would be obvious to anyone with basic math skills. Mittinger would have possessed those skills, even with only his 8th grade education. Before launching his sales career, Mittinger worked as a bank clerk and cost accountant. As a sales manager for cemetery plots and automobile tires, his competency would have involved budgets, sales goals, commission schedules, forecasts, and averages. That Mittinger fully understood the flaw, and likely informed Castleberry of it in case he did not, is disclosed when he, quote, joked that the number of salespeople would expand even to, quote, everyone on earth. This projection shows an understanding of exponential expansion, which many people can hardly believe even when it is shown in hard numbers. The nearly universal unawareness of the phenomenon is dramatized in the example, often told as a riddle. Which would you take, $1 million in cash right now, or 1 penny now that doubles each day for just 30 days? Few people would pass up the $1 million instant windfall, being unable to grasp the exponential math. The answer? The 1 penny choice would become more than $5 million on the 30th day. However, the riddle has one other surprise that is particularly relevant to Mittinger's recruiting plan. Doubling each day, it takes 25 days to amount to just $100,000. Then, the total explodes to $5 million in the last 5 days. Applying this to the recruiting plan envisioned by Mittinger, only the people in the top or earliest levels would ever benefit because the total begins to explode only after many levels have been assembled. For those at the end, however, the math works in reverse. Their potential to build more levels would never be possible due to obvious demographic and market saturation factors. For them, the chain would break or never expand significantly. They are doomed by their bottom-level position. In practical sales terms, the plan would inundate the market with salespeople and massively outstrip the available customers. For example, if one person recruited 5 others who continued the plan 4 more levels, there would be 3,905 salespeople recruited. Yet, as math shows, those at the bottom, 3,125, would need to find 12.2 million more salespeople to duplicate the success of those above them, which would be presented as a feasible model to follow. Not, quote, everyone on earth would need to sign up before the plan blocked the fortunes of the later recruits. Behind the impossible math and the demographic limits was an even deeper economic defect in Mittinger's, quote, mechanics of sales. His engineering violated the elemental physics of the marketplace that all door-to-door and other retail sales plans have been governed by since the first sales were ever made among humans. As the biography reports, the Mittinger plan, quote, changed all that. The plan financially incentivized recruiting salespeople without regard for demand for the goods themselves. Whereas the traditional direct selling model used by Avon, Fuller Brush, Encyclopedia Sales, and all others at the time depended on each person's personal retail sales volume. The Mittinger-Castleberry plan was not based on personal retail sales volume, but on personal links. This unrestrained recruiting actually destroyed the potential for individual retail profitability. In direct selling, retail profits, the difference between what the salesperson pays or is retroactively charged for goods when sold, and the price ultimately paid by the retail customers, cover the direct seller's costs of selling and provides the compensation for labor and skills in making sales. Maintenance of a retail profit margin is inextricably tied to a limitation on the number of salespeople in any market area. The previous 10 years of effort by Renborg indicated there was little actual demand for his branded products, at least at the prices he was charging and in the direct selling method he was using. But under the plan envisioned by Mittinger, it would not matter at all whether the market needed or wanted Neutralite products, or whether any individual salesperson could make a retail profit selling them. While the incomes of the future top-level managers, imagined by Mittinger and Castleberry as themselves after they gained control of Neutralite, would become vested and perpetually growing, the people that were subsequently enrolled would be cast into chaotic, cannibalistic competition without connection to an external market. For as long as recruiting was carried out, profitable cuts would flow upward, but the people below, on whom the cuts were inflicted, would become ever-mounting financial casualties.